Hey Aquarius, welcome to my channel. My name is Iris and I'm here to do your June 2019 spiritual guidance reading. And Aquarius, as I was meditating on your energy, what I kept on feeling were energetic waves like microwaves. So the energy that you can't see. So, but it wasn't microwave energy. Well, what I was feeling was more of a warm heat wave. You know how sometimes when you look off into the distance and it's really hot outside and you can see the heat waves as it rise off of the pavement. It's that kind of wave, but it wasn't like pavement waves. So this is going to be interesting to see how that energy or that heat and that warmth is showing up in your reading for this month. And before we get started, I'm just going to share the cards that I'm using for you in this reading. So I'm going to use Wisdom of the Oracle, and this deck is going to speak to the energy that you're coming into the month of June with. And then I'm going to move on with your spiritual guidance using the Fairy Tarot. And then I'm going to finish it off for a little bit of a spiritual boost message with Kuan Yin's Oracle card. So let's get started with your reading for June. So I'm just going to shuffle and just tune in to the cards and let the cards come out. So again, this is the energy that you're coming into June with. And as I'm tuning in to this energy and letting the cards come out, I'll just say that some of the messages that you hear might not resonate with everybody, and that's okay if they don't. It just means that the message isn't for you. And if the messages do resonate with you, that is awesome. And what I want to say to that is, in spite of the messages resonating with you, whether they do or they don't, never try and make a message fit to your circumstances. You'll know if a message is for you and what guidance you're going to pull out of the message. And never give your power away to any readers, any advice that is given online. You do have free will and free choice, so it is up to you to take the guidance as it feels right for you and apply it as you want to apply it. All right, so the first card out was Come to the Edge, and then the one that came out beside it is the Fates, and we're just waiting for one more card to come out. But I'll just speak to Come to the Edge. So Come to the Edge is really about taking a leap of faith, right? So sometimes we come to the edge of something and then we stand there and we're taking that leap of faith, and it is the leap of faith into what's coming next. The Come to the Edge card is reversed, and I'll show that to you. So here's Come to the Edge, and it's really beautiful, and this fairies or this, I'm going to call her a fairy. This fairy is on this rock and she's dancing around up there. It's been dancing around up there, but now she feels like it's just time to kind of, you know, have a peek over the side and get ready to take that leap of faith. However, your card is reversed, and just because the card is reversed does not mean that it's a bad card or it has a bad message. In this particular instance, it just means that you're holding yourself back from taking that leap of faith, and it is actually stalling something new coming into your life. And so the Fates card right next to it is also reversed. Again, not a bad thing, but it has to do with what's coming up for you, something that, you know, the stars are trying to align for you. There we go. There's the last card. Okay, so the stars are trying to align excuse me, for you. But until you take that leap of faith, they can't come into full alignment. So you see here, we've got this string of stars, and, you know, and something that is in your fates that's, you know, destined to happen for you is trying to come in for you, but this card is reversed, and it's just that stall. So when you have come to the edge in reverse, and you're just, you know, you're wanting to do something, your heart is telling you you want to do something, but you're too afraid to take that leap of faith, but it's preventing this from coming in, and you'll know what that is if this is resonating for you. And then we have the building blocks, and building blocks is all about taking out the pieces that don't work, that are rotten, where the wood has rotted. I'm going to pause this video because I need to take a drink of water. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. Okay, so the building blocks is all about building something on a solid foundation, and sometimes we build things that aren't built on a solid foundation, and we have to go through and pluck out things that aren't creating stability at the base that is going to give us long-term stability. So that's what the building blocks is. This card is upright, and you see, as this girl is looking off into the distance like that, you're looking at doing something, you're looking at creating something, but it's going to require you to do this if you haven't already done that next move. And good things are trying to come in for you. This needs this whatever this is, needs to happen. It's part of the process of building this solid foundation is what I'm feeling for this. So still no messages about what that heat was, but let's see what comes out in the spiritual guidance using the fairy tarot for you. So let's do this. So far the reading looks good. Okay, so first two cards out is the Prince of Spring, and then right next to it is the Moon card. So I'll just focus in on the rest of the cards that are going to appear, but as that's happening, I'll just talk to the Prince of Spring is about action, taking immediate and swift action, and the Moon is about, you know, things that are hidden from sight. We don't perhaps have all of the information, but there is clarity coming in, and sometimes we, you know, it could also mean you have like really powerful epiphanies as well. A lot of times that happens as well, and epiphanies happen as a result of introspection and kind of looking at things and going, oh wow, I never even considered looking at something in that way. And then next out is the Magician, which, you know, it falls underneath the building blocks, which basically tells me you're trying to build a solid foundation because you are creating something new. This is, you know, taking charge of your life and, you know, the next journey. It's a one card, so it's a journey, the next journey, but you're trying to also build a solid foundation. You do need to take a bit of a step over the edge and take that leap of faith. Things are lining up for you. So then we have the Awakening card, which is, I guess in traditional tarot, would be the Hangman, which is, you know, when you're hanging upside down, you're going to see things from a different perspective. So in as much as the Moon has hidden aspects to it and not having all of the information, the guidance for the Awakening, or saying things from a different perspective, is saying basically, you know, you don't have all of the information yet. There's still stuff that is going to be revealed to you, and you know, just be patient and take the time to have some balance and see things from a different perspective to get a bigger picture. Then you have the Eight of Spring, and we've got one more card to come out. The Eight of Spring is like juggling a lot of things. And then the last one is the Chariot, which is awesome. Okay, so let's put this let's put this guidance together for you. So we already know the energy that you're coming into the month with. So here is the Prince of Spring, and this Prince of Spring is on his speedy hare right here, and the hare, like as in the tortoise of the hare. They want to go quickly. They want to go, you know, get there as, you know, before everybody else, and move very, very quickly. But with the moon right beside it, and as much as you want to, you know, build this solid foundation and create stability for yourself, and you want to go quickly and with certainty, the guidance is that you don't have all of the information that you need yet, and so a little bit of patience is required, because you also have this awakening. And I love this card because not only, you know, you can hang upside down on your couch and see your living room from a different viewpoint, right? But it also is asking you to stay balanced. So even though you don't have the balance card in your reading, which would indicate to me that things are out of balance, but as you move through whatever it is that you're creating on this new journey with this Magician card, there is a need for you as you move forward and as you have awarenesses and epiphanies, and you are provided with more information, and you get closer to stepping off the edge and taking that leap of faith. You're being encouraged to keep a sense of balance in your life. So the balance of perhaps not overworking and not paying attention to your personal relationships would be an example, or a balance in finances. If you require, you know, if your new business venture, say for example, requires a big investment of your personal money, you know, make sure to balance that and make sure that you've held back enough for what it is that you need on your day-to-day or over the course of the month. So this is really awesome. So, you know, even though we can be really, really good at multitasking, and you're probably really good at multitasking and juggling a lot of balls in the air, this can be really stressful to have so many balls in the air. And, you know, in as much as we think as human beings that we can multitask really, really well, what happens is if you've got all of these balls in the air, you can keep them there, but it becomes very exhausting. And what happens is that you spread your attention one focus at a time. So you think you're multitasking, right? So you've got this ball in the air and you're putting your focus and energy on this ball, and then here's this other ball. Yeah, you got to give that a little bit time and attention and focus. Yep, that's good. Okay, so now and then you're moving on to something else. So in as much as you've got all of these tasks that you're doing, or things that you're focusing on, by having so many balls in the air and focusing on so many things, you can do it, but you're not giving directed attention to one or two things that really need your attention most, that are going to move you forward in whatever it is that you're wanting to create for yourself. So the guidance here is, you know, allow yourself to let some of those balls drop. The ones that don't need your immediate attention, let those balls drop and focus in on the one or two items that need your immediate attention, that are going to have the biggest bang for your buck, so to speak. Okay, and you'll get actually more success with that focused dedication, which is what the Chariot is talking about. Chariot is talking about, you know, the discipline to focus in on one area at a time, so that you get you know, more, like I said, more bang for your buck. So I definitely do not know what the heat part of it, the heat waves that I was seeing here, maybe that resonates with you. I don't see it coming up in your reading, but overall I feel that you are on the precipice of starting something new, and whether that could be relationship, and that could be a new business, could be entrepreneurship that you're doing, maybe you're entertaining going to school, whatever that happens to be for you. But the guidance is get the information together. Don't spread yourself so thin, because not a lot happens. There's like really slow movement when you just kind of put your attention everywhere. So focus in on the things that are most important and are going to get you the swiftest, quickest action possible. And allow yourself to see things from a different perspective. And you know, with this too, I was just looking at this, and you see you've got the waterfall on one side, which I think is really awesome, and then you've got the forest on the other side. So this waterfall is all about the fluidity of things that happen in our life, right? And just kind of going with the flow. And as you've got all of these, you know, things that you're working on, sometimes it can throw you out of balance. So that's where you need to tap back into the earth side of things and reground yourself and reestablish that sense of balance as you're moving, because there's a lot of movement. I feel a lot of movement in your reading with the Chariot and with the Hare and the Magician as you move forward on what it is that you're doing. I think this is a really significant message for you. Allow the flow of life to move you forward, but remember to keep the balance and ground yourself. So I hope this is connecting with some of you and making sense and helpful for you. And now I'm going to move over to Kuan Yin's Oracle and see what guidance and messages she has for you for the month of June. A little slow to pop out. In as much as there's obviously a lot of movement in your reading. Oh, there, the card didn't come out quite so quickly. Okay, so your card is Veil of Shadows. And I don't know these cards well enough to be able to speak to them, so I am going to read the card from the book, but I have a sneaky suspicion that has something to do with the moon card. So let's see what the message is. That's card 43, and let's see how quickly I can get to that card in the book. Okay. Good. All right, so the Veil of Shadows. A lotus blossoms with deep, rich mud into which she plunges her roots and draws great nourishment. From the mud made of water and earth, growth happens and great beauty is revealed. Your soul lotus thrives through the depth of emotion and alignment of your body into which she can plant herself and unfold as the lotus of light. Your soul lotus is blossoming, just like a plant that outgrows the pot in which it has been planted and requires more soil to spread its roots and water and earth energy so that it can grow and shine. In the spiritual world, all things serve, everything, including our darker emotions and parts of our body that we may think are not acceptable. They are actually good nourishment for our soul. The soul craves to love and be in love with all parts of you. Like a passionate divine lover, it wants to hold nothing back and become completely spiritually intimate with all aspects and all parts of you, whether you have thought they are lovable or not. This can be a challenge. This can be challenging because it can feel extremely uncomfortable to visit and consciously engage with those aspects of our personality and our bodies that we have yet to really love and accept. Yet this is what you are guided to embrace now. And I wonder if that has something to do with the moon. This process might be started by taking a class or engaging in a physical practice that honors the shadow part of you. If you have considered yourself an introverted person, it might be to begin to honor the counter side of this, the part that needs community and people in order to thrive. If you consider yourself a quiet person, you might need to explore how you can find joy through sound, music, and energy, for example. If you consider yourself a passionate person, you could benefit from finding the part of you that is peaceful and content in the moment with things exactly as they are right now. This interplay isn't about saying that who you are now is not enough. It is about acknowledging that you are that thing you believe you are not and finding a way to live it with consciousness and love. It is about delving into the parts of you that have been hidden in a veil of shadows and are now becoming ready to be revealed and lived as part of the beautiful and whole being that you are in truth. In particular, this oracle asks you to look at where you can nourish your emotional and physical life with more focus, perhaps through art, creativity, journaling your dreams, creating collages, or engaging in dance or other forms of movement. Your spirit needs to thrive at this time. So that is a really beautiful message for June. So really wonderful things coming up for you. And as I've been saying with all of the signs, we are in the 6th month, and there is a lot of transformation, a lot of forward movement, a lot of good things that we've had to release from our past as we evolve to a higher level of ascension. And sometimes the process can be painful, but we are at that halfway mark, and there's good things coming if we just allow those things that need to be let go of. So, you know, the moon, things yet unknown and unseen, so that we can make way for this type of magician and chariot energy. So Aquarius, I hope that you have enjoyed this reading. If you've enjoyed this reading, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear and read about what's going on in your life and how what you're getting out of these videos. I do comment on all of the comments as well. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Consider hitting that subscribe button if you like this video, and if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for showing up again. I really appreciate that. And if you would like a book, a reading, or are in need of some spiritual mentoring, I will leave the details and information on how you can reach me below this video. And that's a wrap for now. I will see you mid-month for a little bit of a boost in June. Have a beautiful June, sending you love and light and blessings. And until we see each other again, take good care. Bye.